This will be the new urban community living. The St Mark's apartments provide accessibility, livability, and the same quality of lifestyle that everyone seeks in a place like Remuera.
I think it celebrates a diversity of living. It has 3 offers, which are quite distinct but integrated, which is really good. 3 buildings wrapped around a garden. The Mark is a more sort of traditional urban setting. It sits above the retail offering on St Mark's Road. It has a more direct approach, both in terms of the actual physical approach, but also in terms of the way the materials are handled. So it's a little bit more robust, a little bit more edgy than you would get in a more gentle kind of suburban setting. The Mac is more family oriented, 2 owners per floor. It has a variety of spaces, and lots of storage and all those good things that families need, but it also has the outdoor room. The Grove is protected away from the street, looking into our common garden, and would suit young professionals, for example. But if those young professionals, as they have the habit of doing, happen to have a child or 2, it would work extremely well for them in those years too.
The Blade is the 4th building, and this complex will be professional suites, and that will also provide life in the community between 9 and 5, but it will be, of course, empty in the weekends. So it'll provide the cafe and the whole area with vitality and vibrancy during business hours. We'll have a cafe, restaurant where you have accessibility to food and drink and coffee in the mornings.
The total development has great light, big glazed windows and openings, great location right in the heart of the Remuera, close to Newmarket, close to transport, lovely views, both to the harbour in some cases, to the mountains, to the surrounding suburbs, the trees, full of light, all those good things that people like in Remuera.
These apartments are large, high quality, high design, extremely well constructed apartments.
The job's largely concrete orientated, so we've got flat slabs, interpetition walls, which are concrete precast walls, which will give you a lot better thermal insulation along with sound rating and acoustic values. It's looking at timber and tiled floors, which are long, durable products. The double glazing is great for sound rating, also insulation again.
I'm excited about this project in terms of the size and scale and the source materials that we've been able to use. It's been an interesting and great challenge to work across 3 separate buildings and try and keep some consistency through them all, but also to create kind of a difference so that when you step into one, it's going to feel very different to the other. The Mark, with its stone flooring and its beautiful copper clad kitchen, Brazilian sourced stone, you're really going to get a different feel than when you pop into the Mac and you've got a beautifully laid parquet floor and outside decking and lots of natural light. The Grove is very different again, with beautiful oak strip flooring that's been oil treated, and you've got a beautifully lacquered kitchen that isn't stark white, and a beautiful Macubra stone from Italy.
Well, the outdoor room gives you the usage of a terrace, so you can open it completely. But we know that Auckland is windy and rainy and at times often quite cold, so it gives you the advantage of a sunroom, as well as the flexibility of 2 living spaces. The wonderful thing about these apartments is that they are full depth. They have light and outlook on both sides, which means you're never having to borrow light too deeply. You can always enjoy great cross ventilation, and you've got a kind of a front and back thing that goes on.
We're putting in these very large green walls that people are going to be looking at. They're going to be high on the building, coming right down. The character to us is established, leafy trees, so we're retaining as many of the big trees as we can on site. The garden itself is a miniature park for people to use either passively or actively.
The key points about St Mark's are location, close to all the cafes, bars, restaurants of Newmarket. Accessibility, close to all the transport hubs, buses, trains and motorways. You can take your dog and go just 100 yards the other direction and you're up Mount Hobson in this huge green space with hardly anyone else there, with beautiful views, and you can see the city beneath you. And we have the medical complex of hospitals and medical services which are also within walking distance. Educational, this is the educational centre of Auckland, from public to private schools. We've got Auckland Grammar School, Epsom Grammar School on your doorstep, King's Prep School, St Cuthbert's Diocesan School. As a location, this will attract people that want to live, work and entertain within a very close proximity to their homes. I wanted to build for Auckland an apartment complex that was accessible, that was really high quality, and which would stand the test of time, and that's the plan. This is an incredibly exciting place to live.